Hi, my name is Samantha and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be making some tissue pouch holders. Let's get into it. These tissue pouches are so cute and a quick and easy project. If you already have fabric at home, you only need to go buy the tissue pouches. So this project can cost you less than 50 cents per item if you already have the fabric. If you do need to go buy fabric, it is fat quarter friendly, or you could just get a quarter yard of fabric. It is a great fat quarter or scrap buster project. I just had a bunch of scraps in the same color family that I used to make these. You could do it with just 2 pieces of fabric, or you could piece together pieces to make a bigger piece of fabric and cut that down. I preferred when it was one color on the outside and then a single color on the outside, but then the extra colors can be on the inside personally. But I love this project. It was a suggestion by a viewer. Thank you so much for the suggestion. If you have a project you'd like me to make, please let me know in the comments down below. That being said, let me show you how I made them. Here are the tissues that we've got. It's 8 packs and it's the Kleenex brand. You can buy off brands. I don't like the quality of the tissues themselves as much. I would prefer to go with the name brand, but totally up to you. This pack is $2.48 at my Walmart. So with 8 packs, they're 31 cents each. That's a great deal. And then this is a great scrap buster project. So if you already have fabric, you could certainly use scraps. I've even taken strips that I had and I pieced them together to make larger pieces. So work with what you have. If you want a more cohesive project, or you want to use fresh fabric, or you don't have scraps, this is fat quarter friendly. So 1 pack of tissues is 31 cents, and then it takes 1 fat quarter worth of fabric to make the tissue cover. So the fat quarters can run anywhere from $1.50 to $2. So for each pack, it costs you about $2 to make this project. Walmart does sell bundles for $6.27 and $7, and then you could also get them at Joann's or whatnot, and they're packs of 5. So you would need 10 pieces to be able to do, or you would need, what am I trying to say? You need 16 pieces to do this project, because you need two packets to do this, because you need 8 pieces of fabric, because each Kleenex is going to take 1 fat quarter, and then you'd mix and match for the inside and outside. So you would need 2 bundles, or you could get 1 bundle and then about a quarter yard of fabric, or maybe a half yard of fabric. Probably a quarter would be fine. So it's about $15 if you were to get enough fabric and then this pack of tissues to do the entire pack, and it gives you 8 gifts. So I'm going to show you what I did here. So I went ahead and I stitched these pieces together, and then I'm going to use this as the other piece of fabric. And the measurements of what we need is 5.5 by 6.5 and 5.5 by 7.5. So I'm going to go ahead and get those pieces cut. Here we have our 2 pieces. So this is the 5.5 by 7.5, and then this is the 5.5 by 6.5. So this will be the outer fabric and this will be the inner fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and take this piece, fold it up here, and we are going to stitch along this side, and then you can see there's a gap, and this will get pulled over this way and be sewed like this, sewn like that. So this bigger piece is going to end up being that little trim on the outside of the pouch. Now that we've got our loop all sewn, I'm going to turn it, and then we're just going to press it down, and this pattern right here should just be peeking out, because that's going to end up being our little pop of color. So I'm going to go ahead and take this to the iron and make sure it's showing an even amount on both sides. Here's how it's looking. So this is the outside, this is the inside. We are just going to fold these panels inward, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a press, because we're going to stitch on the inside so that we can turn it right side out. This is the outside, this is the inside. So the done product will look like this, but we are going to stitch it right sides together. We're going to stitch it on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and give this a press. Here's how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and stitch it here and here, and we can either pink or just trim or serge the raw edges on the inside, or just leave them be. It's up to you. You could also do a zigzag stitch. I've already stitched one part. This is the part where you would add a label. I think these guys are too big for this job, so I'm gonna look for one of my little labels. My labels are from Etsy. I believe the lady's in France, I'm pretty sure. They're amazing. I absolutely love them. So I am just going to stick it right here so that it's on the inside. The other option would be I could stick the label right here and then you would see it on the outside of the pouch. So I feel like people cut off tags and I don't want to waste my hard-earned money of a tag on the outside of a product for someone to clip it off. So I prefer to put my tags on the inside of my projects. Here we are. I'm going to go ahead and clip the corners so it's easier to turn. Not cutting my thread, just clip, 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 trim the threads. And then for the raw edges, I'm just going to use my pinking shears. This is not a very heavy duty project, so you can serge it if you want, you don't have to. Ah, it's a lot of litters. And we're going to turn it right side out. I gave it a quick press. Here's how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and let's try it out. Here's the pouch. Here's the tissues. Let's stuff her in there. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. I love it. Actually, with these two fabrics being different, I kind of wish this was like a darker fabric or maybe just the same fabric of these. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of the three fabrics, but this is an awesome project. And the first project that's worked in like weeks. Oh, it makes me feel so good. I'm so happy. Let me make some more. Here's what our piles look like now. I've got 7 sets here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets ready to go. And this is the fabric that was not used. There are pieces that were cut off or that I just didn't get around to using. A great thing about once you already have a set cut is, let's say you have a piece like this and you're trying to figure out, can I get 2 out of it? You can take your fabric, just lay it down. These are 2 outside pieces and you can tell very easily whether or not it's going to fit. So it's kind of like making a template. It makes it easier to see whether or not your piece is going to fit. And I like doing it that way. But I'm going to go ahead and sew these all together. I also, this one here, I'm going to put this on the inside this time rather than the outside, and I think that'll look really cool. And I know I'm always against licensed fabrics, but these are ones I had in my stash, and I don't plan to sell these tissues. These are for gifts, so I'm perfectly fine using this fabric. One thing I forgot to mention is these strips like this or these offcut strips like these will work awesome with the receipt paper scrap buster. So I'm excited that these have been pared down into projects that are usable gifts, and then now I can put these onto the receipt paper scrap project. Once you've got the sides stitched up, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I did trim down this fabric here so that it was easier to press and push to the side. And if you have a directional print, make sure that the height is 5.5 inches, and then whether this is the inside or the outside piece would be the 6.5 or the 7.5. But let me go ahead and get these all done and I'll show you how they look. Here's where we're at. I went ahead and made all of the pouches, and I just ended up serging them because I had so many to go at one time. And I did the first one again and just went ahead and serged it right over the pinking because it gave me a hard time with the tag here too with the pinking. So now I just need to snip these apart, give it one last press, and then turn it right side out and press it one more time. I think these are going to be super cute. I'm really excited to flip these all out and show you guys. Oh, I missed this one. Have to go redo that and show you guys what they look like. Here we are. Here are the 8 towel pouches, tissue pouches. I think that they turned out so cute. I tried a couple different techniques and patterns. Like you can tell this one is like monochrome. I think that looks really cool that it's like similar color. It's not exactly the same shade, but they're both yellow. So that looks really cool. This one I actually meant to do the opposite, but I love that sunflower. It's so pretty. This was the first one we did, and I definitely prefer having the multiple colors inside. So for example, this one, when you look at the back, you can see the candy corn, and then on the lip here, you see the other pattern. So I definitely prefer this rather than this. However, it does make the corners very bulky where you have the seam. So I do prefer just a 2 fabric pouch. I think it looks a lot better. This one here is a vast difference in the color. It's very contrasting. And then this again is the stripped piece in the middle and then the solid piece on the outside. I think that turned out really well. I really love this one. I love the solid stripe. So I think this was definitely my favorite, that the pattern is on the outside and then you just have solid on the inside. This is definitely my favorite. And then this guy is the same as this. Let me go ahead and fill these with some tissues. Here are the finished pouches. I think they turned out wonderful. They look so great. I'm so happy with this project. I will definitely be doing it again. Let me know what your favorite one is in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit that bell if you want notifications for my next video. We're going to do a breakdown of the cost of these, how much I would charge if I was selling them, and how I got to that number. Have a great day.